works
private
also.
Facebook group and also our page.
We have the private, which is registered, that they cannot register into that Facebook group, and we have the public one, which is Ascension You Love Community, where we stream Sunday practice. This is a public that anyone can join on it.
So I was saying, make sure that you are comfortably seated for today. For the practice, the energy practice will be streamed on the private platform only, meaning that if you like to join our session tonight, you shall book your ticket, so you receive the password and the link to join us on our private channel. So that is said, make sure that you are properly seated. It's energy practice, so we avoid to lie down. We are doing energy practice and transmission on Mondays. Make sure you have batteries on your phone, batteries on your laptop, that everything is clear, good internet connections, and that you have a room that is quiet where nobody will come and disturb you. So welcome on our Monday Heart Resonance Energy Practice and Transmission, our famous weekly practice, which has been there for 4 years almost now. And it's a delight to be able to stream and live stream online, and delight to have you as well in the house. But knowing the circumstances of this month, it's only online. So we thank you for you joining the session online as well and making it a habit. And a habit that I hope will perpetuate into the future, so you can join us wherever you are in the world. If you are meant to travel, to move, if we are traveling as well. So it's, I would say, amazing habit to catch right now, and getting your area of comfort as well to join us online. Because as you may know, and as you may have heard, and as we have already shared many times, we are building since January all our courses online. So we are redoing everything, we are creating new courses, and everything will be online. So it's an amazing opportunity to get accustomed to practicing and receiving online and experiencing the energy that are similar in the house and in your house for receiving them. So welcome one more time. If you are joining us on Facebook, if you are joining us on YouTube and you haven't booked your ticket yet, or if it's maybe soon in your desire, or if it's already in your desire to join us for tonight, the link is above or below the video. You click the link, you go and buy your ticket, you receive an email with the password, and you are redirected onto our channel, private channel, to receive and to join online with those who are already there. And we greet the community that is already present.
Eva, Rachel, Vanessa, Teline, hello everyone. I think also there is more people here.
Joining. We can see that they're already registered.
We have Heather. Today was Mathilde correcting my pronunciation. How you pronounce it?
I like to say ether.
Heather.
Like the feather like and the ether.
Sandra and Georgie here, Suzanne.
Greeting everyone. Suzanne, there's Farangit joining as well.
As Mathilde was mentioning, for the new people who are watching on Facebook group, this first time you are hearing us, this generally on Monday is a preview. We have a small talk about spiritual topics, empowerment, and then we introduce Monday practice. Monday practice, we consider it the spiritual gym. So if you are looking for third eye expansion, higher gate, higher self, dimension, conscious expansion, heart opening, proper spiritual practice, this is Monday. Wednesday generally is the spa. We call it spiritual spa, where you receive energy, healing, and you empower the unconditional love filled in your heart, in your space, without too much energy practice, just receiving. Come on Wednesday all the time is contribution based and open, and now online you can access easily and share it with your friend. And as we mentioned, Wednesday is a spa. It's easy. You just sit, feel the unconditional love.
So join this Wednesday.
What we do is, if you're aware about Ascension Pathway work, we open a vortex and we connect you, and we've been training right now to connect remotely, easily, beyond time and space. And you feel pouring energy through you, the energy of unconditional love and healing, and it carry crystalline liquid energy and can pass through your system and around you in your field. All you need is to put an intention to connect with us in the heart, connect with your higher gate. Just imagine an antenna and receive all this beautiful energy. And as I mentioned, it is the spiritual spa and group healing. It's Wednesday, unconditional love, 7:30 also. Monday is the energy practice, is the gym. You build your spiritual muscle, your connection, your third eye, your expansion, all those spiritual empowerment that if you are, this is what you're looking for, Monday is for you. Monday is paid, as Mathilde mentioned in the link. You can click on it and you find yourself, you can buy the ticket and join us on the private Crowdcast channel where the rest of the family is there practicing. Practicing is very important because that's how you build up your stamina, how you expand your light body, your heart capacity, your crystalline energy, your connection with the higher self. Today we're going to continue working with the higher self. Today I'm going to introduce one more layer of oversoul energy. It's very important right now in these timelines, in this facing the challenges. We're going to do a bit more deep topic, a spiritual deep topics about shifting timelines and working with the higher self and the collective consciousness of humanity, and how we can maneuver and re-choose through the 0 point and the higher self and oversoul. Re-choose what the frequency you are focusing on and shifting our reality into a more better timeline that bring us more empowerment with the unconditional love, with ease, with happiness, with joy, without too much suffering. In order to create that, you need a bit of strong consciousness and strong connection, and going to that level and declare what you are choosing as frequency. Are you buying into fears, or are you buying into judgment or other kind of story? Would you able to access your 0 point of heart and access and call with the strengths your higher self and oversoul and saying, I do not agree on this direction, I agree on this direction, please shift it for me and let it manifest. So we're going to do this kind of work today because it's required for the situation that's happening. And it's also required for your self-realization. If you're looking for expanding your consciousness, enlightenment, self-realization, becoming the spiritual empowerment that you are, then that's another aspect very important, to know how to access your higher self, how to access oversoul collective consciousness, and how to request shifting in reality and bringing more consciousness, more wisdom from the higher wisdom into your mind, into your body, into your light body. That will be the topic of today. Mathilde will continue with you till I check on
you already said a lot. Yes, we are surfing, or swimming is more like surfing. We are swimming in a place of understanding that all directions are available now, even more than before. And you may have perceived it if you are practicing every day. This is very available in the field, where you understand as if you are in the ocean, you are swimming and you can literally go any direction that you want. You can have the shore in front of you, or imagine you are in the middle of the ocean. You have no compass whatsoever, but you need to choose a direction, and you go with your intuition and what feels right for you. What's happening now is, with that reset that we are experiencing on the earth, everything is possible. Everything is literally possible. Imagine you are resetting and rebooting a computer. You can literally replace and recreate programs on your computer because you make space. It can either crashes and you cannot use your computer anymore, or you can perform it to the best that the computer can provide for you. So we are at that stage where everything is possible. You have bridge everywhere that can lead to golden age, to ascension, to harmony, to peace, to alignment, to spiritual evolution, and you have also those bridge and those paths that are available for even more chaos on earth. So all of this, all those timelines are even more tangible, even more present, and I would say almost equally available with one another. It only depends on you. What are you choosing? What are you anchoring? What are you stating? What are you declaring? What are you practicing for? What are you working for as well? If you are sitting at your place, at your home, meditating for yourself to find peace within is the first step, is great. Bring that energy where you align in the timeline that you are choosing. Have a proactive practice, have a proactive creation. So you bring that timeline for you, and you are not the only one to do it. Other people are also bringing those timelines towards themselves for humanity. And in doing so, you are actively participating, not only watching other people can do it for me. You need to do that for yourself as well. And in doing for yourself, you are doing it collectively, because it benefits yourself but the collective as well. So it's about, what do I choose for myself? What do I believe in? We've been sharing that so many times, so many hours with you, so many years with you. But it's always a repetition. We are repeating and experiencing in different aspects. How does it feel to choose? How does it feel to declare that this is still what I'm choosing, no matter what I am experiencing, no matter what the universe is trying to make me experience and doubt myself, or feel pain, or feel worries, or feel fears? I am still choosing that timeline because it's the one I'm going to expand in it. It's the one I'm going to call my brothers and sisters to expand in togetherness in this timeline. So be proactive, not only meditating, but be that pillar of light. And we shared that a lot yesterday in the Sunday training that was open. We were more than 50 watching on participating online. So if you haven't watched our Sunday practice yesterday, please do so. It was wonderful. It was, I will say, a perfect template, perfect gathering, a perfect sharing, a perfect practice that opens even something very interesting that maybe will reopen today. We'll see. But if you haven't joined yesterday, watch it online, join next Sunday, and understand behind what is the calling here, and to create the vision. You have a gift if you are here watching us. You have a desire if you are here watching us. You have this attraction and resonance with, if you are watching us right now, use it. Be proactive in it. And do not let yourself be dragged into potential feeling, or potential if this can happen, it can happen. Everything can happen. It's only your soul decisions to choose what you want for yourself. So this will be one of the part of, as George was saying today, about the practice. Let's see how it's gonna unfold, but really create golden bridge, really create golden practice to bring these timelines closer to you. I mentioned, if you have a gift, use it. If you have an understanding of how energy works, use it. If you have built your channel of energy, if you have built your container to be more of your higher self, use it. Do not wait for others to do that for you. This is my message that I can go on and on. I've been on all day on it. So if you haven't understood clearly what we just said, send us a message. We'll bring more clarity in this transmission of words. And if you understand what we said, say yes, and yes, I'm joining, and yes, I'm dedicating, and yes, we are here together, and we are moving in the direction that vibrate unity, that vibrate expansion, that vibrate abundance, that vibrate joy, that vibrate harmony, that vibrate love, that vibrate peace, that vibrate expansion, really vibrate this freedom. So welcome to this, and today it will be especially oriented in that aspect. George is like sending me, yes, babe. I feel you excited.
Excited to excite you guys so you can get your empowerment. It's very important. When we face these challenges as a humanity, and if you look at it and observe it without diving into the fears, and just step back a little bit and say why we are facing such a difficulty, such a challenge. And this is not the first time humanity faced these kind of big catastrophic challenges in many ways, from nature, from viruses, from plague, and to be honest, in the old days, wars, of course, wars, you can say, oh, these people are doing it. But if the Mother Earth loved us, and if we are here coming to experience together and share together, why we would face such a conflict with nature? And then this will open up a lot of deep looking into ourselves, into humanity, collective consciousness, and into one important aspect that most of the time we shuffle or we are afraid to open, which is who we are. What is this experience? What we are doing here on earth? What's our learning? What's the point from this? Who we are? What is the I, the soul, this consciousness? And those door opens give you power. If you dive, if you have the strength, the courage to open those doors and question and inquiry yourself about it. And even if your mind cannot answer those questions, which is of course the mind is very limited, if you meditate and allow yourself to connect with the greater wisdom, the higher self, the higher wisdom of the whole universe, and sincerely ask those questions, you receive a lot of answers. If you dedicate time to practice morning, like how I practice, I always talk about my morning practice, half an hour, 1 hour, and put all those questions and allow yourself to go in this alignment and say it, I want to go beyond the limitation of the mind. What is the bigger picture? Who am I? What is this all about? Most of the time those challenges is directing humanity to see that all the outside manifestation or tools or empowerment that we have, technology, medical, pharmaceutical, everything what we understand, sometimes they reach to limitation and we face a greater challenge that as if we don't have any tools to defend ourselves. And then this will direct us to go inward and say, what is the tools, or what is the only door that we have never opened quite enough, which is the inner strength or the access to our own essence or the access to the consciousness, and questioning ourselves and the reality itself and realizing what we call it self-realization, enlightenment, connection, realizing what all these stories are all about, and realizing that all this is to stop the distraction actually from keep looking outside, so you can look inside as not only one individual, as a collective human consciousness. If we don't face such a big challenge that distract and stop everything, then you will never look inside, basically. And when you start looking very sincerely in face of those challenges, shattering all your perception about reality, then the real things start open up, which is knowing our own power, our own divine choices. What we are choosing is the most important things we are doing here on earth. We come here with all this limitation, with all this separation, with all these weaknesses that we carry as humans through nature and conflict. And we are learning to value choices, what choices we are going to make, and where we'll put our effort and focus and energy and consciousness. Are we going to focus on our own essence and realizing ourselves, realizing the divine that's within us? And even if you never heard this before, if you just sit relaxed for a few seconds, it's already mentioned everywhere in all the spiritual tradition, even in the quantum physics right now, they talk about consciousness. There is always an awareness available to you watching the experience. And the moment you start stopping giving power and engagement to the outside, this awareness become witnessed. You witness that I'm witnessing myself, I'm aware of myself. What is this? And then you dive further. And this awareness, your consciousness, can actually do everything that the outside cannot do, basically. And the more you dive into it, the more you realize beyond the limitation of physical body and emotion and even the mind, then the thought itself is not you. You realize you are greater than the thought, than the emotion, than the body. And who is this me that is an extension of divine? And there is a greater power comes with it. And then you inquire about it. And you're never alone. Don't think that you need to depend on your mind to find it. There is a greater wisdom of the universe guiding everyone, but it need to be you getting a little bit of silence so you can listen to it, getting a bit of bringing focus on the inside connection or the higher connection, so you can listen and you can say, I would like to hear more, I would like to get more guidance, I am ready for it. But if you don't do that, it's as if you're saying to the universe and your own essence, I don't care about you. I'm so busy with my power tools, which is outside. Pharmacy, pharmaceutical, chemical, power, money, whatever you want to call them. Those are distraction. They are very good tools for life, of course, but they all have limitation. If you are so involved in it, you will miss the most powerful connection. You miss the most important question. What we are here doing? What is this? Why we are here? What is the greater learning? What is the point from this? Is to grow, to evolve. Not only with the outside, with the inside, which is the inside even more powerful than the outside. And actually people, which is our smartest people, scientists, the more they go into physics, they go into quantum physics, they realize the outside actually is not real. And the real thing is consciousness. And quantum physicists right now becoming spiritual because realizing that there is infinite ways of how this consciousness can manifest, how this, whatever they're discovering in the atom is not limited, it's not solid, nothing is solid, everything is potential vibration and possibilities. And then discovering there is nothing solid, and then consciousness is the only powerful things because it can actually affect the structure of the timelines. And that's the real power that we need to realize so we can operate the life and we can bring it. While you're doing your to-do lists and your action and your things in your life, you do it with awareness, not with the slavery of the outside. You do it with the presence. You do it with unconditional love that you're knowing right now that this awareness, this consciousness, as an extension of the divine, it's meant to be a channel of unconditional love, releasing all the judgment, releasing all the conditioning of this capacity, of this identification, who am I, into what is possible I, which is divine presence. With that, you operate life as an enlightened being. And that's what we call ascension. Humanity in this accelerated growth right now, with all the way, technology, internet, science, you name it. We have to face limitation of the outside and start going to the discovering what is the power of the inside. Which is, we need to evolve spiritually now. We cannot make it without evolving spiritually, knowing those power that we in this presence, in this consciousness, we can literally direct reality, and reality is not solid. But when you don't know you are consciousness and you don't know the access within and this divine extension that we are, you are losing the most powerful asset, which is your divine self, and you are depending on only an outside tools that always has limitation. All these, in order to achieve it and embody it, those energy practice to anchor it in you, going to the 0 point. What is 0 point? Is going to space in your heart where there is no story, no limitation, no conditioning. Whatever is the condition, what is your judgment about anything, you just drop it. You drop all those attachment and all this conditioning and entering a 0 point. From the name, 0 point, a point of zero, nothing can affect it. That is pure presence. It reconnects you with your true essence, beyond any conditioning, beyond any limitation. When you enter that connection, you are as if resetting all the conditioning, resetting all the timeline, resetting all the challenges, resetting all the story, this, you reset, centered, back to 0 point. And from here you start as a new. with the power that I know that I am awareness, with the power that I know that there is no identification of any limitation, my greater essence, my infinite possibility of divine extension, divine presence become available to me, and you realize it. And from that realization, from that 0 point, you create a new timelines with a new frequency choice. You choose the highest frequency of unconditional love, highest frequency of experiencing life, sharing with life with love, peace, and higher direction, without judgment, with the coming from the 0 point. All this is required for you to dive into it and soak on it and soak on it and vibrate it. You become this vibration, you become this realization, and all the rest of the attachment dissolve. When you are operating with this strength, with this presence, you are in self-realization, you are in enlightenment state. In that state, you manifest like miracles, because you are manifesting from pure essence of divine presence, not from story, not from attachment, not from limitation, not from identification of outside. It's a deeper topic. That's why the energy practice is to take you there and dive into it and restructure and drop limitation and open up to your higher self and going higher and say, I am choosing this purity, I am dropping all this limitation, I'm remembering my divine self, and I'm choosing these timelines.
So if you are ready to experience that, and if you are saying yes to George just shared with you, join us for the practice now, the heart resonance energy practice. If you want to join now, don't waste any further seconds or minutes, because you need to register. You have the link below or above the video, and you buy your tickets, receive the email password and the link to our private channel to join the practice. If it is of your calling and resonance and desire to learn those practices in depth and to own those practices for yourself and to be able to share it with others as well, then be patient, because all the courses that were physically available with us, we are now putting them online so everyone can benefit from it without physical boundaries. So this you will have to wait a little bit more, and meanwhile,
how to become your higher self.
How to become your higher self, and mastering mind, body, and consciousness. The training program is a delight. We are calling it
so
lately in the last couple of days our legacy.
Yeah, it will be some of universal tools. We've been cooking on it and working on it for a while, and doing our best to combine science, combine spiritual understanding from all tradition, combine emotion, thoughts, understanding, and even channeling, higher wisdom channeling through the higher self.
To be a
combine
master
them
healer,
in
a
one
master
tool.
channel, a master practitioner. So yeah, it's yes. So
We love you.
guys, thank you so much for joining online. If you want to continue, click on the link. And we have a question from Salomon on Facebook. Salomon, we invite you to watch again the video from the beginning and to watch our Sunday gathering as well. Your answers will be provided there. We love you dearly, and thank you for joining. Thank you for being present. Thank you for shining your light. And we meet you on the private channel now to receive the transmission. Lots of love to you. Remember that you are loved and you will always be loved.
Love you guys. See you either on the platform or see you on
this
Wednesday.
one? Yeah, okay. And see you on